all the way back, baby.
Yeah, and if we say book your hotel, you book your hotel. But by Lord, I have soiled myself.
You mean by live? Genuine live? Hello, radio!
And now, another episode of The Way We HNC It. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of The Way We HNC It. Thank you for joining us. It's season 9, it's episode 2. And Bess and Cammy are back in the building. What a week it is. Tournament week here in Scotland. Flag a New Year is upon us. The first great big tournament of 2026. This is our preview episode. We're happy to be here. And in order to preview this massive event in the calendar, the kickoff of flag football here in Great Britain, the preview will be brought to you by two former champions of that tournament. My name is Bez. I will be your host for this evening. It's not very often I get to say I have won a tournament the same number of times as my co-host, Cammy Wilson, but this one is actually true, and crucially, I won it before he did. So welcome, Cammy.
I will correct you though, you said two previous champions. I am still a current champion.
You are the current and defending champion. That is true. That is true. So yeah, I guess you can have an extra half point for that one. But yes, how are you doing? How are you feeling tournament week?
I'm really excited, mate. Obviously, Winter League ended in second place, unfortunately. So back with the Hornets, back to some more winning football. I'm just excited, mate. There's some new teams coming along that we haven't seen before, and there's some old friends coming up too. So it's going to be a good weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend. There's lots of people to go and see, new faces, and I get to see you. I've not seen you in
It has been
ages,
a disgusting amount of time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being. I think this is my first. Whenever I am on the pitch for the first time, will be my first time on a flag pitch since August. So I'm taking this one. This is my entire preseason. I am taking this like so easy this weekend.
let's try and not get a concussion this year.
Try to play both days this year. Coming back from a bit of a niggle, so we'll try and look after that, but also get on the pitch and mainly hang out with everyone that I've not seen in quite some time. Before we get to that, just because we haven't pressed the button for a little while, there was a big tournament across the pond. So let's smash out some news and then we will dig into the preview. Greg with the news. Yeah, still no Greg, but the jingle remains. Greg with the news. Time. He has fallen into darkness, but his jingle remains to remind us of what was once bright and good in the world. So yeah, F's in the chats for Greg. He's perfectly fine. You'll also see him this weekend. Maybe I'll try and get him to say something into a microphone. Yes, the iFlag World Championships in Tampa this weekend. To the best of my knowledge, the world's most massive flag tournament. Insane. Difficult to follow, more divisions than are possible to understand, and crucially, the most useless, unrefreshable website. If you refresh everything, you just go back to the start. No caching, no URL saves. But at the heart of it, 6 divisions, 3 teams of Great Britain's women's flags performance program. I'm going to get better at tripping that one off the tongue. But yes, the performance squad for Great Britain. Great Britain's women were out there having a great time by the looks of things. Over staying in, I don't know what they were staying in, but it looked wild. Big screen film study.
Incredible.
Just superb. Obviously, I'm sure an unbelievable bonding experience, especially having the wider squad of 23 out there. So yeah, class. Playing in loads of divisions, playing against loads of different teams that you would never ever get the chance to do so, playing formats you would never get the chance to do so. I think crucially playing to a standard and style that you would never really get the chance to do so here in Europe. Obviously, European football is played one way, but we know from, if anyone's ever been lucky enough to go up against teams based predominantly in America or South America, that they play a different game. So if you want to, with Worlds on the agenda later in the year, I'm sure that was a good experience for them both on and off the field. Yeah, teams from all over the place, and a few that you definitely did recognize. You maybe just didn't know their names. For example, I don't think everyone maybe realized at the time, but Sub-Zero was very Canadian, and Las Gatitas, sorry if I butchered that, was very, very French national team shaped. Yeah, teams from all over the place. Obviously, a bunch of them, they played each other numerous times across numerous formats. And thank you basically to everyone who stuck with us throughout the week. I think we got every score out relatively on time. I think we had the schedules done. So yeah, thank you to everyone that followed along with us. It was good fun.
Nice to get back into covering international football.
Covering tournaments again. Yes, exactly. Good fun, and obviously, especially when it's the national team. So we are going to be chatting to some of the team over the next couple of days and weeks. So we will bring you more on that. But I think the question we got asked a few times was, what is an air it out? And I still have not decided if I love it or hate it.
It takes away an element of football for me. It makes it easier for the defense, which I suppose as an offensive player I'm going to be biased about. And given that flag is an offensive-based sport, it is very in favour of the offence.
It's already in favour of the offence, right?
It maybe balances the playing field a little bit. But yeah, it's a really interesting concept. For those that don't know, thank you to Dan Birch, friend of the show, for actually explaining it to us.
Googled it.
There is...
Thank you to the man with Google.
As we have said in the past, me and Bez don't get exclusive information. We just know where to find it. And in this case we didn't, but Dan did. So, yeah, I believe it's no laterals behind the line of scrimmage. There's no running.
And no downfield laterals either.
No doubt.
Because you have to specifically rule that out in America, because they will go downfield and chuck the ball sideways.
Yeah. So it's essentially pass heavy. Funnily enough, air it out is pass heavy. Yeah.
No running. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think it quite suited. And I know we've got a few option plays in there with Emily Kemp, who can throw the ball quite well. But Jess is very good at passing the ball. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess you can still bring in a bit of trickery around where the snap goes. I guess it's more difficult, but yeah, interesting format. I think it's a format that I would like a go at, but I wouldn't like to play every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there was if my team end up in the a nothing playoff game to end Flag and New Year, and the other team want to go with air it out, then I'll have a word and see what we can do. If we end up in the 19th position playoff and everybody wants to have a go at air it out, then I am down.
As somebody who's in probably one of the most option-heavy offences in the UK, I'll stick to traditional football.
Or if we play you, maybe you could play air it out and we'll do normal. See if that balances the books a wee bit. So yeah, class. But yeah, great experience for the under 23s. Under 23s now getting the opportunity to travel the world and play flag. That you look 5, 6, 7 years down the line for some of the girls, that's only going to be spectacular. What?
If we keep our current standing where we are in the world rankings, there's a shot at them going to the Olympics, and some of those under 23s are going to take the experience that they learned there, carry that over to LA with them, So,
yeah, or Brisbane. Brisbane will be next. Yeah, it's very exciting. And obviously coming into Worlds, having an extra crack at high caliber teams is class. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that looks, especially when they get back to IFAF rules 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So we'll
depth in that probably
We'll
next
come back.
week.
Yes,
As
I
I
hope
said,
so.
we've got friends who will be giving us some info from over there and some of the stories that we'll be posting up over the next week too.
Over the next week as well. Okay, so let's crack on with what is usually one of our one of our shows that has the most interest around it. Funnily enough, is always our flagging New Year preview. So thank you everyone for coming to play with us. Cammy, what do the people need to know about flagging New Year? If you've never been before or you've never heard of it before, what do people need to know?
It's in Scotland. That's a good start. Flag of New Year is usually the first tournament. Well, it is the first tournament in the calendar year for the UK. It is its 9th edition.
Number 9.
Number 9. We have 4 different groups of 6 teams. Those teams will then be separated into 3 groups order of seeding. So you'll play a round robin of the group that you're in. Top 2 will go to the championship group, middle 2 will go to the Highland group, and the bottom 2 will go to the Lowland group.
Yeah, absolutely. Tournament that's been running since 2016 in the old Tory Glen class facility. Expensive facility, but absolutely class facility. I do have a lot of nostalgia for Tory Glen. It's where I made my flag football debut. And yeah, I think it was there for the first 3 years before we made the switch to Tory Glen, which has become Ravenscraig. Sorry, which has become home. Yeah, the first year it was in Tory Glen, it was in Ravenscraig. There was just something about it. We went outside and we won, and after that we've gone back inside.
Yeah, funnily enough, the most northern team that was visiting won the tournament. Maybe it was because of the cold. Who knows?
So yeah, we've had a lot of kind of big name winners. I think that people names that people would recognise. Obviously, Baker Street Button Hookers now lapsed, but they were a force in British flag football at the end of the 20 teens. What do we call that? I don't know. The noise. The noise.
I don't know. Maybe
is that the noise? Like that. Yeah, that they were. That was just at the beginning of their run. Then they won. I think that was just the beginning of their undefeated run of national championships.
Yeah, we had one of the best finals.
2018 final.
Was it Waldorf versus?
It was Waldorf versus the Sollerod Gold Diggers.
Was it?
And it was, I think, like I'd only been playing like a year at the time. And it was
to watch that.
And well, we were just sitting in the stands at Tory Glen, and so because like the stands. For those who don't know, Tory Glen has a raised stand. So unlike Ravenscraig, where the stands are at like pitch level, they are proper raised up seated stands above the pitch. And it was just like, yeah, it was class. It was just end to end, absolute madness. And yeah, Waldorf came out on top, but they were pushed all the way. But yeah, we've also had the Smoke of one twice. We've had Bold City College on the States, and then our Scottish teams that have won it are what used to be known as the Big Three. I'm not sure it really is the Big Three anymore, but Grangemouth Broncos won in 2016, with the Hornets in 2025, and the Aberdeen Oilcats in 2019. So a great tournament, as Cammy says, 4 groups of 6. Yeah. We've got teams from all over the shop.
Yeah. So after day 1, so you'll play all your group games on day 1, and then on Sunday morning, the lowest bracket, the Lowland bracket, will play first. Highlands, the second round of games, and the Championship third. So if you are in Group A, you'll be playing someone from Group B, and then if you are Group A and B.
1
A
2.
is
yeah.
1. Yeah. On Tournify, it says A. On Earths, it says 1. Just to make things more complicated than it needed to be.
Let's get some Roman numerals in there.
And then 3 will play 4, and then from your quarterfinals, that'll be the first round of games you play on Sunday. You will then flip over and play someone from 1 and 2 will play 3 and 4, and then vice versa as well. And then whoever's left standing will play for the prize.
Play for the big trophy.
Yeah.
Play for the big trophy, and it normally is a tall trophy. Difficult to take home, that one.
Yeah. I think we're still trying to get Lulu's sword over from after you got MVP.
So yeah, oops. So that's that. The groups we were very happy to draw a little while ago. On our YouTube, if you really want to see how it happened, you can go back and do so. It has given us some very interesting groups, and now that I know that 1 and 2 and play and 3 plays 4, that gives some more interest, I think, towards potential quarterfinal matchups. There are potentially some very, very good quarterfinal matchups as well, depending on where people go. So I don't want to go through every single team, but let's go at least group by group. So
Before we go anywhere,
yes. Oh yeah, do
there is
that.
something that we are doing. So, if you are interested in winning a pair of flags from the podcast, then we have just put this will be published tomorrow, but this evening, which is when we're recording on Tuesday, we put something up on our story. There's a Google form there. We would like everyone who's coming along to try and predict their top 2 from each group. If you get the top 2 correct, you'll receive a point for each. If you get them in the correct order, if say Carlet Cobras won and the Bucks Wolves came second, and you put them in that order, you will then receive an additional 2 points for having them in the correct place, and then a bonus point for getting all of it correct. So there is, I can't remember how many. Was it 15 points?
5
total?
points. 5 points available per group.
Available. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So that I will calculate that out on Saturday night, and if there is a tiebreaker, we ask you to select the team that you think is going to go deepest into the tournament, hopefully a winner, and the winner will be decided on who picks that. So,
And
yeah,
if it's still a tie, we'll do something with points scored, I guess,
yeah,
or points conceded. I like points conceded because I'm a defense guy and you're an offense guy. So maybe we'll do points difference.
Yeah. You can also buy a pair of our flags if you want. We will post a link up on that over the weekend. I will bring the flags with me. So if you want some new The Way We HNC It flags, you can either win a pair or buy a pair.
And if you buy a pair, they come delivered with a crisp high five. So there is always that.
Yes.
So yes, Group 1, just to whet your appetite for some predictions, we have the Carlet Cobras, the Bucks Wolves, the Cheltenham Neptunes, the Dunboyne Wildcats, the Edinburgh Outlaws, and Kalakaku in what I can only describe as a brutal group.
It is horrendous.
The more you think about it, the more brutal this group becomes.
So I was actually going to ask you this after we'd gone through, but there has been some debate, some disagreements. What's the group of death? Everyone wants one. So
I think the group of death is... I think if push came to shove, I could predict Group 1, and I will predict Group 1. I think that Group 3 has 3 teams in it that could all be top 2, plus a pair of mercenary teams I don't know anything about.
yeah.
I think in Group 1, there are enough good teams to guarantee lots of good games. But I think that Dunboyne and Kalakaku are the best 2 teams in that group, and they will be the 2 that qualify. And it will be like 5-0, 4-1.
Yeah, the argument is at the minute between Group 1 and Group 3. Group 1, you have a lot of stacked teams. However, I still think there's 2 clear winners. So for me, Group 3, while maybe not as the ceiling might not be as high for all the teams, the level and the standard is all a much more similar. So there is it's a dogfight to get into the...
I think Group 3 might have to be tie broken. I think Group 1 will be the top 2 will be. I think the top 2 will be clear, and I think everyone else below that will batter each other.
Yeah.
In terms of wins and losses, I think Group 3 has tiebreaker potential. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Depends how everyone plays it, of course, as always. So yeah, Carlet Cobras, Bucks, Wolves, Cheltenham Neptunes, Dunboyne Wildcats, Edinburgh Outlaws, and Kalakaku. Obviously, Kalakaku coming over from France. Dunboyne Wildcats, the current Irish champions. Edinburgh Outlaws, National League team, new National League team, and playoff team last year. Cheltenham Neptunes, new national team and playoff team last year. Bucks, Wolves, into the Prem.
I believe so. They also, I think they were top four of Flagpalooza last year as well, which was very impressive run from them.
Lovely.
But
And
yeah,
and Carluke likely to be made up of people from all over Scotland and some pals. So,
all right, give me your top two, Biz.
top two, Dunboyne and Kalakaku.
In that order?
Oh, I don't know. I like. It's not even like it. Yeah, that's. I will decide that when I fill my form out, because I will fill my form out as well just to check if my predictions are any good. Obviously, if I win, I will.
Hand you a set of
Well,
flags.
someone else can have my flags, but sorry guys, no one wins because that's why.
They play each other second game of
Okay,
the.
good. So nice and warm, feeling good. Had a run out already, shaking off the flight. If push came to shove early on day one, I think Kalakaku. I wouldn't be disappointed to see them play each other on day two. And I think if they did play each other again, it would be the opposite result. Whatever happens on day one, if they meet again, it'll be the opposite result.
Interesting. Okay.
Whichever way it goes, the losing team on day one will win on day two if they play each other again. There you go. Clip that.
Dunboyne are such, like, I'm not going to say they're inconsistent because they're not, but there has been times where I've seen, like, in the Ironman final, and I know Ironman's a hard tournament to base it off because of the fatigue that sets in and stuff, and you've only got your core, you don't have any fringe players, but I've seen them beat Bold City College. But opposite times, I've seen them just not be able to click anything in gear at all.
I think the run they put together in the National League last year in Ireland, if the Wildcats come across your horizon, you should be concerned. I think at the moment, they are playing very well. They are developing. Obviously, Irish football is developing rapidly since Flag and Year last year and Ironman last year. They've played in tournaments all over Europe. This is like that game. I will be on the sideline for. Like I will watch that game. So very excited for that. Yeah, very excited for that. Which way are you going, Cammy?
I'm going the exact same. Kalakaku top, Dunboyne second.
Fantastic. Okay, Group 2, Aberdeen Flag Football, Norwich Nomads, Newcastle Blackhawks, Craigavon Cowboys, West Lothian Chargers, Dutch Mambas. Also a challenging group to call, so I am going to flip this one and put you on the spot and say call it.
I am going. Cowboys are the only. I don't know. I'm going to put my Blackhawks in the top two. But I know what Blackhawk football is like, and I'm worried they get towards the end of the day and the things don't finish the way they started. However, I don't know who Craigavon have got at quarterback. So I'm going to put Mambas top and the Blackhawks second.
If it's Pete, they're here to win.
They do.
if it's Pete under center and Neil at center, then it's then they're here for a long time. So, but yeah, I've not spoken to them.
Yeah,
I guess I'll find out on Saturday.
It'll be. I think they'll be because of I know they had a really good outing last year. We played them in the. Was it last year?
The year before. Last year they were all from Murray. Could you not tell that from the accents?
Yeah. So the year before they brought a really strong outing. We played them in the quarterfinal first thing on Sunday, and we narrowly won, if I remember correctly. it wasn't a blowout. But in years past, Craigavon they brought very much a pure ball team. They've been happy to just come over, chill and kill, loving it.
Yeah, well,
But in recent years, like going by the league standards and stuff, they're doing a lot better than what they were. So I think they are going to be the team that upsets the apple cart. And if anyone can squeak out of the top two, it'll be them.
well, that was the year that because they were in our Saturday group. They were in the same group as us on Saturday, and they knocked off the GB Silvers, so they won the group,
Yep.
and then the Silvers were in second, and we were in third. So yeah, they were so good that weekend. I think, I've historically over the last 12 months I've invested a lot of stock in the Norwich Nomads, and I'm a bad gambler, so it takes a lot for me to sell.
So we'll learn a lot from this tournament.
So I'm excited for the Nomads. They were obviously like wire to wire amazing last year, or stepping up into the Prem this year. I think this is a great tournament for them to come to. A lot of their players are not new. Like, a lot of their players will have been to this tournament before as various mercenary teams and stuff. So yeah, excited to see what they can get up to. I think it's so tight for the top between, and like the Mambas as well. Like, you just never know. Like, in theory, you look at them when they walk in, and you're like, all right, okay, like this will be a decent team. They've never quite put it together, but again, they've always, like, it's a Merc team. Like Dutch football, okay, maybe on maybe at like international level, they're not really competing much, but like, that doesn't mean doesn't mean the talent's gone anywhere. So like, I've got them in the mix, but I don't know really who Demi's got in his team. This is a hard one to call for like a different reason to Group 3 when we get onto it. In that, I don't know that much about many of the teams. So if I really, like, when it comes to do my form, I think I'll probably go maybe Mambas, just to be different, because I don't think many people will. And then it's probably a Cowboys Blackhawks trade-off. Again, don't know much about this. This is why I love the prediction games, because like, you just sit here and be like, I don't know who any of these people are. Like, I know the team names, but like, it would be very different. And obviously you've got Aberdeen in there as well as the kind of the seeded team. So there's a lot going on in that group. So I'll go. What did you do? Newcastle and Craigavon?
I done Mambas Newcastle.
You did Mambas Newcastle. Okay.
In that order.
Okay, I'll go Mambas Cowboys then, just to
Cowboys. Do you know? No, it doesn't. It's fine. Continue.
Okay. Group number 3. And I think it's my turn to go first now, isn't it? So
it is.
But we should maybe do this the other way around. Maybe you should go first here, and I'll go first on Group 4, given that it's the groups we're playing in.
Okay, nice one.
So we've got Grangemouth Broncos, Manchester Titans, Dragon Ball Z, Grangemouth Colts, Wrexham's Midnight Runners, and Air Assault. Group 3.
God damn. Broncos are good over 24 minutes. They've proved it many times.
They are very good over 24 minutes.
Titans, I can't remember ever going far in this tournament, and that might be harsh. That might just be my shallow memory.
My thing about that is that there's no Silvers this year, which means that like George and Wedge and anyone else associated with the Silvers team would now be back in that team.
The Lancashire brothers, sorry, Lancaster.
Right, so
Flag and Ball Z, it depends how they start. Colts, I'm sorry, I love you guys, but there's so much talent here that I don't know who the Colts have got.
They're actually going to be the Stallions as well. So
sorry, yes.
Yeehaw. So
Runners, I know you have got some friends coming along, and you've got your usual core, and then Air Assault, who have a bunch of Americans that live in Germany and some random guys from Coventry.
Yeah, I think this group could go Could go all
This is why
sorts of
I've
ways.
had it as the group of death. I will say I'm going to base it off what I know, and I'm going to say in history. I know Rexes didn't do great last year, but I know what Scott can do. God, this stuff, right? I'm going to Air Assault top. They're going to be my one.
Yeah.
Who's my two? This is tough. I am going to put, based on what you've just said, I'm going to put the Titans as two. I'm going to be harsh on you. I'm sorry. I don't.
That's okay. That's
It's
okay.
either Titans or Runners.
That's okay. I'm not a big like pick my own team guy anyway. So, like if it's the Titans, like the playoff Titans, if it's the NFL playoff Titans, then I think they're one, and then potentially Grangemouth, Rexies as kind of established teams fight for two. Agabalzi and Air Assault. Merc teams, always good, always great to be part of a Merc team, always good to be in a Merc team, but how often do you see a Merc team win stuff?
Yeah. Sorry, Lewis.
But at the same time, like you don't have to, you can, it's not, I mean, like it's difficult to win stuff. It's not difficult to make the top bracket by comparison.
Yeah.
By comparison, right? So I think I'm going to go, I'll go Titans Broncos as my top two, as basically as the most established teams.
Fair enough.
I'm going down there. I've just, because I can't make a decision based off of in the group of death, I'm just going to go down the chemistry route.
Yeah. Did Air Assault have the shootout with Mambas last year?
I'd have to check my archive of footage because I was there for it. Mambas were definitely involved. I can't remember who the other.
I remember the Mamba. I think it was against Air Assault. I can't quite remember.
And sure. What was what I consider controversial about the fight is the game winning extra point. He didn't catch it.
You have shown me the footage.
It was unfortunate. It was unfortunate, but
just because he got a head knock on the way down doesn't mean we need to.
I mean, to be fair, from where the referees were standing, I think I would have given it. But because of where I was standing and I could watch it twice, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. Like, I would never go up to a referee with a camera and say like, "Oh, you made a mistake."
Yeah.
Like, and to be fair, I didn't notice it till the evening. It didn't really matter by that point. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I think they'll be back for it.
Quick PSA here: if there is an XP shootout, and I know we all love them, and I know they're very exciting, please don't stand. If you're going to stand around the end zone, stand at the seats. Don't stand.
Step back.
Step back. The teams that are shooting in inside their 5-yard line towards the end zone, go and stand up their sidelines on whichever team you want to support.
I think it's.
Sit in the stands.
I think
do not crowd that end zone because it caused a problem last year.
Makes it very difficult.
Someone got hurt.
Get hurt.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, Group 4, the final group, Group D. You're in this group. Obviously, the seeded team, the Glasgow Hornets, the Salford Scorpions, the Victoria Park Panthers, the Shamrock Shakes, the Border City Centurions, and the Arona 65ers. Game 1. I think is it game 1? It's not game 1, pitch 1, though, is it? It's like game 1, pitch 3, which is disappointing.
Yep.
But game one of the tournament, the Glasgow Hornets versus the Arona 65ers, and I would maybe consider putting a fiver on also the last game of the tournament. It is game 1, pitch 1.
Game 1, pitch 1.
Yes, game 1, pitch 1. I think, unfortunately, for everyone else in this group, this is the easiest group to call. Maybe not the order of the ones and the twos of 1 and 2, but in terms of qualifying for the second half of the day, second half of the tournament, it's Glasgow and Arona, unless you all have like a terrible curry on Friday night.
Yeah, we're taking the Arona guys out for dinner the night before. We're just self-sabotage. It's fine. It's like if you want to go by recent history, Arona beat us by at least 2 scores over in Champs Bowl. I know that's over 40 minutes. But thinking of it tactically, they are arguably the best team in Europe for doing option QB and triple QB stuff. They are an incredible, incredible offense.
Yeah, I appreciate that not everyone will want to be there for day one, game one, especially if you're not playing or refereeing till later on. Watching.
It's our group's game one.
It's not game one of the tournament, of course, because you're Group D. So it's not till.
It's 10:30.
It's 10:30. Because you're on directly after us, of course. Yeah, well, I would expect a crowd around that pitch, just because you will see very hopefully, if you have a proper breakfast, hydrate well, then yeah, it'll be very good.
Is an absolute power hour of football then, because you have, in my opinion, the two. This is a bit selfish. I'll get off my high horse in a minute, but the two games of the day of day one are Hornets Arona and Dunboyne Kalikaku. Hornets Arona kicks off at 10:30. Arona Kalikaku on pitch 2 at 11 o'clock. No, I didn't say that right. Dunboyne, sorry. Dunboyne Kalikaku.
What's the game before as well?
Game before,
because I'm pretty sure we played Grangemouth and Manchester first. Our first two games are Grangemouth and Manchester. So you can have like basically playoff teams versus playoff teams versus playoff teams potentially over that hour and a half.
The round of game before that, you have the Broncos versus Air Assault, the Titans versus the Runners, Flying Ball Z versus the Stallions. So, yeah. I will be planting myself between pitch 1 and 2.
Settle down, watch what's happening. Yeah. So nice.
Ideas we had of like making that's not happening until way later.
Yeah. The content conversation will come probably later in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
For reasons of Sunday, I will need a 1 and 2, please, Bez.
For reasons of Sunday, we'll need a 1 and 2. I'm going to say similar to what I said for Group A, in that whoever wins, if they meet again, I think the other team will win. Okay. So I'll go Arona win first thing in the morning.
I don't think that's a bad decision.
But if you meet again on Sunday night, and the mind of Gibson has been whirring for 24 hours, Hornets repeat. There you go.
Yeah. As I said, going by recent history, they beat us quite comfortably at Champs Bowl.
A different team though. Different team. I know who you were missing in Europe. I mean, to be fair, they're bringing a stacked team. The team they're bringing is absolutely stacked, and I can't wait to see it.
I was looking through the team sheet that I've been sent. Not that I do any advanced research on any teams that I play against, because I'm not sad and whatever. There's a few names that I don't recognise in Arona. Bloody Mad Dogs!
Yeah.
Mad Dogs, Bringers coming in.
Yeah, it's a stacked.
They're going to be a good outfit, and I am thoroughly excited to
six-time Italian champions. So well worth getting a look at if you've never seen a team. This is definitely their first time at Flag and New Year.
Yes.
And I would imagine first time playing in the UK. I would think. Certainly for a very long time. If they've been before, it would have been a very long time ago. So yeah, very cool, and looking forward to it. So, okay, what does that mean, Cammy?
Okay, so quarterfinal 1, we will have Kalikaku versus Newcastle Blackhawks.
Is this your picks?
This is your Group 1. I'm 2.
Yeah. Okay. I see how we're doing it. Yeah. Okay.
Quarterfinal 2, we have the Dunboyne Wildcats versus the Dutch Mambas, which could be an electric game.
Could be absolute filth.
Quarterfinal 3, we have Air Assault versus the Glasgow Hornets.
Interesting.
Yep. And then Group 4, we have the Arona 65ers versus the Titans. Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so go back quarterfinal 1.
Quarterfinal 1, Kalikaku versus the Newcastle Blackhawks.
Kalikaku. Sorry if that's disrespectful, but I'll go I'll very much take Kalakaku, which meant that I just think that's a mismatch. Unfortunately, sorry Newcastle.
Yeah.
Sorry Newcastle, I love you all, but I think that's a mismatch unless, I mean, I guess you could send another team on the night out with Kalakaku and try and diminish them. Okay, I'll take Kalakaku. Quarterfinal 2.
Quarterfinal 2, Dunboyne Wildcats versus the Dutch Mambas. It's a good.
That's so good. I would love that. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't mind Kalakaku versus Mambas either, but give me Dunboyne.
Dunboyne.
Give me Dunboyne.
So we have Kalakaku going in through quarterfinal 1 and Dunboyne Wildcats on 2. Quarterfinal 3, Air Assault versus the Glasgow Hornets.
Could be another good one. But I mean, I made the argument earlier on that I would go with continuity. Therefore, I'll take the Hornets in that one.
Taking the Hornets. My man. And then final, which I think could probably, or final, sorry, which could probably be one of the most interesting ones, is the
Titans versus
65ers versus the Titans.
That's filth as well, isn't it? That's filth as well. What do I think about that? I've hyped 65ers so much.
See,
because they're new and shiny, right? Like, to me, they're new and shiny.
They're new, they're shiny, they're fresh. I've seen them in action.
I'll take Arona in that.
I would agree. Yep.
Which does that give us Arona versus Kalakaku?
It does not. No.
Oh, damn it! Right, I want to go back. I want to move my picks around. So that gives us Dunboyne versus Arona.
That would give us quarterfinal 1.
The semi-final.
Versus, it would give us Dunboyne Arona, yes.
Dunboyne Arona. And then what? Glasgow Kalakaku.
Glasgow Kalakaku.
So in the semi-finals, so good. That was such a good game last year.
That was one of the most intense games of flag football that I have ever played in. And I've played in a stupid amount of high pressure flag football games, but that one was electric.
That was good.
Loved it.
So what am I doing? Arona Dunboyne.
Arona Dunboyne.
I'm building this towards an Arona Glasgow final, aren't I? I am. There's something about the Wildcats that I am convinced is coming. Like, I am convinced that at a tournament soon they are going to go on a heater. Right? I don't know why I'm convinced of this. It is just in there that at some point they are going to absolutely pop off for a weekend, and Flag and New Year is not a bad shout for that. I don't know what else they've got. I don't know what else they've got booked in their agenda, but
everything.
Well, yeah. But there's something in that, I think.
It's so the thing I love most about Dunboyne is you'll try and speak to them about a team. I try to speak to Matty or try and speak to Finn about a team, and I'll be talking about, like, I remember when I first met Finn or Matty or whoever, and I'm speaking about this team and they're like, don't know who they are, don't care who they are, we'll go up and we'll go and play against them. Like, they have such, it's not even arrogance, it's just such confidence. They're like, cool, turn out, we'll play them, fine. Who's next? Who's after? Is the question that they ask. And I love that. Like, it could be a false sense of security for them. It could come to bite them in the arse. I don't know. I don't know if they've played against a team like Arona who have the offense that Arona do. We don't even know if we're going to be seeing Arona's. I know they've got Omar, who loves all the option stuff, and I don't know if Dunboyne are going to be able to deal with that. But if there's any team...
It's stressful, isn't it, being a defender in that situation? Which is the point, right? Like, they're putting you in a stress situation.
If there's any team over the past few years that have been building and building and building and are going to come and fuck up one of the European giants, why not the Dunboyne Wildcats?
So who are you picking? Arona, right? With
to pick with Arona, like they beat us fair and square.
With this path that we have created with our picks, I do think the semi-finals are absolutely mouth-watering.
Yeah.
And it is a bit of who's around, who's healthy, who's feeling decent. You know, it's a hard pitch.
If, hypothetically, I'm going to flip the script here.
Everyone brings their dudes, it's Arona. If everyone brings their dudes and everyone brings their A games, it's Arona. I'll pick it that way. I'll say if it's best on best, I think it's the team that have proved it.
They're the more seasoned team. They've been around for longer. They're one of the most known teams in Europe, so I can't disagree. Which brings us to
the rematch,
which I think would be probably the game of the day. Personally,
it would be tough.
And I hate saying that.
It would be. I think it would be tough to pick a. I think you would be hovering between as me. I think if those pitches were on next to each other, you're hanging out in the middle, and you're walking from pitch to pitch, and hoping you don't miss something. Kalakaku and Glasgow last year. Stroke of halftime, the throw to the big bad wolf, in order to take the lead. That I don't think was relinquished from then on. Class game. There was enough there last time, right, for the Hornets to keep everyone at arm's length in the second half. Keep Kalakaku at arm's length in the second half, which is why it was a game of highlights, but this is going to sound dumb. It wasn't like it was close, but it wasn't that close. You know what I mean? Like
we were comfortable towards the end. Once we got the ball back after
halftime,
second score in the second half, we were just like, right,
and it's 12-minute clock, right? Like you turn the. I
believe it'll be 15-minute clock.
So, of course, semi-finals. Yeah, it's 15-minute clock, and then it's 20 later on, isn't it? I think I would say the same outcome. I think the outcome would be the same.
You going Hornets?
I think I would go Hornets, and then Glasgow versus Arona in the final. Earlier on, I said I thought that
it'll be a great final.
It would be a coin toss again. But the thing is, like, if you like, and that's okay. I've somehow managed to chart a way for the Hornets to win on home soil again. Homer without meaning it. Homer pick without really meaning it. HNC loyal.
It's like, so from my side of the tree. Arona have got a better squad. Not Arona. Kalakaku have got a better squad than they had last year.
That's the thing.
Weapons that they've proven all over Europe that they can destroy even the best of teams with. People always joke like, "Oh, Kalakaku are like they're pissed on Saturday night.
They're shit on the second day. They're not shit on the second day."
I have seen them crawl out of tents at Big Bowl and take down the Wanderers. They're not. And they're going to start drinking about midday, and they're going to be more relaxed, and they're going to be more confident. And they're going to be like a really, really tough team to get through. They are a daunting team to play. And do you know what? I love it. I love playing against them. They've beaten us twice. We've beat them once, but I love it. I relish it. It makes me so excited.
I mean, I think don't get me wrong. It is a class day out. And what is interesting as well is like I know I've managed to get myself into a Homer corner, but of the the 4 quarters, the 2 semis, and the final, I think 4 of those games we've said so far have been like 50-50.
Yeah. Which is what you wanted.
Which is great. That's class.
Yeah.
Like it's it's even the quarterfinals. Like the thing you don't want is for the quarterfinals to be like, okay, one v the 4 number ones all win easily. Like like I'm hoping that the tournament is deep enough that the knockout rounds are a proper battle. So here's my favorite question for you about any tournament like this. Right? Who wins the Highland Plate?
Who wins
the second tier, right? Because it's look at the groups. I'll bring the groups back up for you so you can see them, right? Look at this, right? And tell me, because that's always a thing. It's like, oh, there's a group that have got 3 good teams in it.
Are the Raptors?
The Raptors always win Iron Man. Raptors always win Tiny Hammers. More Tiny Hammers than they know what to do with.
I have a clear and obvious answer from the get-go.
The Chins?
I think the final will be Tunes versus Craigavon Cowboys.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, we take that. Tunes Cowboys.
Outlaws are lingering there as well, though.
Outlaws, that's the thing, right? Outlaws are in.
Flag and Ball Z are a potential.
Like, anyone that comes out of 3 is probably in with a shout. Honestly, who wins the second tier? It was almost harder than like picking playoffs for the championship. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Jeez, right.
Yeah. So have a think about that one. As someone who's come both first and last in Flag and New Year. It is like brutal to try and work out the middle pack.
Yeah, fair.
Partly because you never really know who's like, if you're in the middle.
It's the Merc. It's
It's Merc Bowl. Merc teams. This is where they get hot, and they just it just starts to click in the middle bracket.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wouldn't. That's a good point. It wouldn't surprise me, even if it's a team that are competing under the auspices of an established club. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a team that's like the club and their pals, or a named Merc team that come through the Highland Plate. But yeah, hysterical weekend, and a very good one. A very good one coming up.
I'm just still that like, I know we've spoken about it, but that fight, like the final four of championship. If I think, and I think this is where the Hornets will struggle, is if we come up against Kalakaku. But if we can get through them, I don't think anyone will stop us. And I say that with my heart on my sleeve, but God, those final two games would be juicy if it turns out the way that we planned it.
And even if even if you go like the other way, yeah, right. I mean, the third place game would be class. Like, and there's also, by
your predictions, it's another Dunboyne Arona. No, Dunboyne.
Be Dunboyne Kalakaku. It'll be a rematch there. Yeah, if the final four is from Group 1 and Group 4, that's class. Like, if we've got Mambas or Blackhawks, or like I feel like we flippantly threw out the Broncos, but it was just because of like the way that I had them ordered. Like,
yeah,
like if you get a quarterfinal, right, that is Broncos Hornets, like all bets are completely off early, simply because it's like you just know, it's this like it's the same like Rexy's versus Grangemouth, right? The like form and paper, like on paper, very rarely actually matter. It's in the 12-minute format.
Yeah.
Right. So
one pick changes the game.
If you flip that, like if you just flip the order I had them there, that means that you get that as a quarterfinal. Potentially, there's an upset, or it's just like another rivalry. It's just another like HNC Big Three. I've said that twice in this show now. I have not said it for years. Rivalry, like in the knockouts of a 12-minute tournament. Like that would be elite, and would then potentially completely change the way that we just game planned it out. There's just all sorts, and obviously, yeah, like you could do that pretty much everywhere.
Oh yeah, like how long did it take us to pick a top two from each bracket?
A while.
I think there was only the last group we were like, right, there's a clear two there.
It's definitely those two. Yeah. So
besides that, like all it takes is an upset in Group 1 and Kalakaku or Dunboyne aren't going through.
Yeah, like I am not ruling out. I'm not ruling out the Tunes. I actually think Tunes Edinburgh's got a class matchup. Depending on like,
did they not play finals? No, they played. Sorry, Tunes played Grangemouth in finals.
I think that's an absolute class. And that's a class matchup. Tunes and Outlaws. I don't know if I honestly, I don't know if they've played before, but I think that's class. I would probably like to see that game, depending on what else is happening at the time. Like, yeah, I want to see the Nomads get on. I really want to see the Nomads get on. I'm looking forward to seeing the Cowboys. I'm looking forward to seeing Neil and the gang. Yeah, I mean, there's games like Broncos and Air Assault, Titans and Air Assault. I would like to see those games. I won't get to because I'll be playing. And then even like in your group, some of the intrigue further down for later in the year, you've got obviously like Salford and Border City. That'll be interesting. Shamrock Shakes, don't know a huge amount about, but obviously the South Dublin Panthers class outfit have done very well at Flag and Year before, depending on kind of team they can put together. Again, the classic Highland Plate spoiler potential for them. Yeah, I think there'll be good matchups all the way down the tournament. Every bracket will have compelling games. And yeah, while obviously in terms of preview, our attention is on the championship bracket, like I think there'll be some wild scenes. Here we go. Here we go. Higher or lower 2.5 extra point shootouts.
Lower.
Across all across Sunday in its entirety.
Lower.
1.5, higher or lower. I wasn't sure if I wanted 2.5 or 1.5.
I'll stick with 2. I'll go higher.
I really hope over.
I love extra point shootouts. From an organisational point of view, well, I mean, it's Sunday. We've got the venue for the whole day, so it wouldn't make
can be a bit iffy. It can be a bit iffy if they get loads, like the epic historic King Bowl semi-final of the women's bracket in 2021.
Was this when you and Greg were commentating on?
So we weren't commentating on it. We were playing. We did the final.
It was the year that you
did the final. Yeah, we did the men's and the women's finals. Went all the way to Utrecht to watch the Smoking Hurricanes play in a final. But yeah, it went like, I think it went like 16 rounds or something. It was just on and on. And over time, like, okay, we're waiting for an extra point shootout. You're like, okay, cool. And then it goes on a bit. And the teams that are like on the adjacent pitches, they wander over. And then it's still going on, and the pitches from further afield start to come in. And eventually the entire tournament was around this like one pitch. Right. It was mental. Yeah, I mean, you hope that doesn't, from an organizational standpoint, you do hope that doesn't happen, but it is also like compelling viewing.
For us on a podcast, getting to speak about it the week later,
as like just a fan,
yeah,
it's so good. And also, like, they are great fun to play in.
Tense, man.
They are great fun to play in. I don't know if I want us to get one, because I don't, as it stands right now, I don't think I've ever lost one. I have lost one. Or did we lose that game? I think we might have lost the game 7-6 actually. But all of my extra point shootouts have taken place at King Bowl across both tournaments I've played in. One of them, all 3 of our Sunday games were extra point shootouts, and we won all 3 of them. Jeez. To win like the second tier, to come 9th. And then the year before, we had one that went, I think it went 5 rounds, and we got that. I can't remember the first year if we lost it or not in a extra point, but it was a cracker in a game either way. But yeah, that's enough waffling. So yeah, we will be in the arena all day for both days. We're going to set up a little interactive booth for you guys to come down and say hi and kind of play some games and do some recording with us. So
come say hi.
Make sure you've done your hair and all that kind of stuff. And you've powdered your nose and all that. So we'll probably try and make you look pretty on answer some questions, do some quizzing, maybe win some prizes and do some tastings with us. But I'll save all of that as a surprise and wish you a good week, a healthy week, safe travel, good night's sleep, a good hydration strategy, all of those good things that we know you athletes are out there doing.
To everyone besides their Rona 6.
Yeah. If we could dehydrate them and keep them hungry, that would be smashing. But yeah, that's us. Thank you very much for spending some time with us. It will be goodbye from Cammy.
Goodbye.
It'll be goodbye from me. Thank you very much for listening. That is The Way We HNC It.